Directed by Canadian Denis Villneuve, produced by Canadian Sean Levy, and shot in Montreal, sometimes your closest neighbor sees everything about you. I say this because the film Arrival is strangely prophetic, how fear and paranoia is not the answer, how we have to work together. Hell, it's even got aliens Trump can worry about. Listen, it's easy for me to sit here and make jokes. Really easy. But the fact is, this film has a great message at a strangely perfect time. So if I may amend my earlier statement, and if I may speak for all Canadians, let me just say that sometimes your closest neighbor is also your closest ally. Yeah, things look pretty scary right now, but America, you got this. Of course, the Canadian filmmaking team doesn't deserve all the credit. You have to give credit to Joss Whedon, because Amy Adams and Jeremy Renner both got their starts in tiny roles in 2 of his shows. So, thanks to Joss Whedon. No, seriously, thank him. I might be nice about this whole Trump debacle, but seriously, that's where I draw the line. Thank the man. Okay, back to being Canadian. You know what I love? Hockey and the Bare Naked Ladies. That's too Canadian. Right. Well, the one thing I do enjoy in a lot of Canadian films is the underlying message, that of an existential crisis. Whether it's a small independent film or a large blockbuster with a wide release, Canadian filmmakers seem to ask the important questions. What it is to be human, why are we here, and are we in control of our own destiny? Almost as if Canadian filmmakers reflect how Canadians feel in the global community. We don't really know where we fit in. Granted, Arrival was not written by a Canadian, but the theme is still there. And if I may reiterate the peaceful message of this film, what I really liked about the story was when humanity was faced with the shattering news that we are not alone in the universe, nobody freaked out. Within the story, China and Russia act a little more aggressively when it comes to the arrival of the aliens, but it was so refreshing that within one of these stories, nobody gave in to fear. Nobody was in a shoot first and ask questions kind of mentality. I guess the aliens didn't make fun of the president on Twitter. That was smart. Even within the cast, nobody really plays a stereotype. Forrest Whitaker plays a colonel who doesn't threaten people. He doesn't shout ultimatums. He seems like he's genuinely there to solve an issue. He's there for the greater good. Michael Stuhlbarg plays a CIA agent who is cautious, of course, but never paranoid. And it's refreshing to see that these men in power, even in a fictional universe, don't jump the gun. They're realists about the entire situation. Let's just hope that can happen the next 4 years in reality. But of course, somebody has to ruin it for everybody, and as always, it's a Canadian. I was pleasantly surprised to see Newfoundland's own Mark O'Brien in Arrival. Now, Canadians will know him from the super popular Republic of Doyle, but this northern star is rising and appearing in American television in Halt and Catch Fire. In Arrival, he plays a US Army captain who's one of the only people to actually give in to paranoia. Now that's sadly realistic. There's always going to be paranoia. For every Contact, there's a Jake Busey. Films like Contact and Arrival are refreshing because not only do they show that the best of humanity can actually win in important situations when our humanity itself is on the line, but that there's hope out there. Not every alien race is here to wipe us off the planet or one day be stopped by Jeff Goldblum. I was also refreshed by the fact that I actually enjoyed the linguistic science of the film, which was the basis of the film. The puzzle was intriguing and actually drove the tension throughout the entire story. The mystery and trying to decipher their language was akin to one of my favorite Twilight Zone episodes, To Serve Man. And even the film itself was a little bit of a puzzle. It's revealed that the alien language is actually much more advanced than our own, that they write and think in complete thoughts because they perceive time differently. Cleverly, the screenwriter reflected that in the narrative of Arrival, and it reminded me of brilliant screenplays like Memento and The Prestige. Actually, are we sure the Nolans didn't write this? Let me just check the cast list. No Michael Caine. Nope, wasn't the Nolans. No, it was Eric Heisserer who wrote the screenplay, and while the script itself has absolute moments of brilliance, his complete thoughts are not all that complete, because unfortunately, on more than a couple moments, there was really heavy exposition, the dialogue seemed ham-fisted, and information in key moments was just spoon-fed to the characters and the audience. I also found the music of redundantly named composer Johan Johansson ham-fisted as well. He was clearly going for a 2001 Space Odyssey influence, but unfortunately, in key dramatic moments, the music was very distracting and odd. But let me be clear. At this moment, I am putting the critic in hypercritical. Otherwise, this would be a pretty straightforward and probably boring 5 to 6 minute video about how excited I was about this movie and the work of director Denis Villneuve. The The man paid such attention to detail. He created an almost perfect science fiction masterpiece, and there is nobody I would rather have the Blade Runner legacy in the hands of. I truly believe that Arrival will stand as a science fiction classic all on its own. Its approach to the genre is refreshing. Its message is beautiful, poignant, and touching, and it even has some tragic elements to it when it tries to teach us a moral about the choices we make to shape our own destiny. I didn't even want to pick a For the Win this episode because it is just such a well-balanced film. All you need to know is it is one of the better films I have seen in a long time, and it's an earn it. Poll question, what is your favorite friendly alien movie? As always, leave your answers in the comment section below. Be sure to subscribe to Real School, follow me on Twitter, and of course, if you get anything out of Real School, you can always give a little back. Just click the link, and you can become part of my Patreon team. But until next time, school's out.